Hey guys, how are you? Today we've got a picture here that I've drawn of Wolverine. I've just done a grayscale render, and I'm just going to show you quickly how to turn this into something that looks like this. So from grayscale all the way to color. So you go to the selection tool over here on your left, in your tools tab, and you basically going to start selecting the area that you want to color first. So I'll choose his suit, and if you guys are familiar with Wolverine, obviously he's got the yellow and black suit. So I'll just start selecting the areas that I need. It can get a little bit tedious in some areas, like this bit around his beard, but once you get all the colours in and stuff like that, you can always paint over little sections later if you miss them or stuff up and things like that, which is not too bad. So what I'll do is, I've got that selected, I'll go over to my Wolverine layer over here, my layers panel, and I'll add a layer on top. And what you want to do with this is hold Alt or Option on the Mac, I believe it is, and you click in between two layers. So basically everything you paint in this new top layer, it's not going to go outside the lines of the layer below it. So I'll show you an example. So no matter how much I paint, you see it'll all stay within Wolverine. So the way you get the colour is you go to the layer modes at the top here where it says normal, and you got all these different ones. So you got like light, and you got colour dodge, you got all these crazy different ones. The one you want to pick most of the time would be just colour. So you can see what it looks like grayscale, and then you can just go back to yellow. It sometimes takes a little bit of experimenting with the type of yellow you want, because you don't want it too crazily saturated or desaturated. So I'll try to maybe pull it back a little bit because it's a little bit too saturated. So you can either paint it in, or the quickest way I found is you go up the top here, you go Edit, Fill, and you can choose what you want up here. So you click Color, and then it'll just fill the whole section in whatever color you choose. You just click OK, and it fills it. Alright, so that's easy enough. I will finish off the rest of the mask, and then we can do parts of the face as well. So again, just selecting all the little sections I need. Paint it in or fill, whatever you feel like doing. So you can see it's kind of looking pretty cool already. So we'll let's get all these dark sections now. So this is a little bit of a tutorial for someone who maybe is not too familiar with the selection tool and stuff like that. If you're already familiar with all the basics and tools for Photoshop and digital painting, then you might want to just check out the full speed painting video I did for Wolverine just the other day. So it shows a time lapse of the Wolverine, and I've got a bit of a voiceover at the top, but it moves a lot quicker than what I'm doing here. This is all done live. So you can paint in. There's not much of a change when I add the dark things, but I want it to be slightly blue. Probably not that much blue, but you just want a slight tinge. You don't want it to be fully just grayscale. So it's up to you, sort of with your colours. Like I said, you can always experiment with different ones and see which you like the best. But I find you just get a slight different colour hue in there than just from your regular grey and blacks. It can look pretty cool. Alright, almost done here with the suit. So it can be, it can take a little bit of time, but once you get it all done in the end, it'll look really cool. And now we'll do the face. So I like to choose the color blend mode because it usually doesn't come out too saturated, but it depends how dark your blacks are, how light your whites are when you're doing your grayscale drawing at the start, which will show through once I color it. Because there's also one that you can use as overlay, so that'll just give you a slightly different variation, sometimes more saturated. But it's totally up to you on what you want to, which one you want to pick. So I've just try and find a skin colour. Now it's always tricky. I always get a lot of people asking me what's a good skin colour to use, and I don't know if there's a real answer for that. You can kind of just find one that you like. I always go, between like a yellowy, reddy, pinky, somewhere in between there, and we just sort of like, yeah, it's out. That works pretty cool. So you could go 100% opacity at the top here. That's going to give the full colour. So to me, that's way too saturated. So sometimes you could just kick it down to maybe 50-60% or whatever and just paint that in. So that means you get some of the grey coming through at the bottom, which I prefer a bit more. So I'll probably leave it at that, and that's kind of where I wanted it. So you got grayscale, colour, grayscale, colour. Alright, so that's sort of a base that you want. And then you go to your layers, and then you want to hold shift, and you click the grayscale layer as well, and so they're both highlighted, and then you basically just click on that and go merge layers. So that'll just give you one layer. Okay, so once you feel confident with your colours that you've laid down on the top, that's when you merge it. You can always go back, duplicate the whole thing. So that's just by duplicating, you select both, hold Alt, and that'll just duplicate them. So you can just keep those hidden for now, and you can work on the merged one. So if you ever do a really big mistake and you actually save it or whatever happens, you can just always go back to your base. So really smart thing. So that's basically how you're going to go from grayscale to colour. And there's always little extra things you can do over the top, like add a colour dodge, which is one of my favourites. Maybe I'll show you a few quick ones. So you go colour dodge, I would hold Alt, and when you got the brush tool you can hold Alt and it turns into an eyedropper. So you might eyedrop there. It's already a pretty bright yellow, but I want it just a little bit brighter and a little bit saturated, because I imagine that's where the light source is hitting his forehead, so it's going to be a bit more saturated than the rest of the yellow, and you just airbrush it in. So yeah, about 30 or 40% for colour dodge, because it's pretty intense. You don't want to go too overboard. And you just softly airbrush it in on the forehead, and the light will probably be hitting him in the nose as well, and a bit on the traps. So you can go through the yellow of the suit and the black, and it'll give it a nice yellow glow. Maybe a bit on the collarbones too. You could do sections also with the same yellow if you want to on his mask, so you can get his eyebrows and maybe the ridge of these little sharp ears he's got. And on his eyes, anywhere where there's going to be like a bit of a highlight, it'll just make those highlights pop a little bit extra, which is cool. Also, one other thing I like to do is with the skin. Now this is personal preference, and you'll see it in some artists that paint a lot of portraits and things like that. You can choose a red colour, and you want to go into the skin, and actually in sort of the cheeks, the chin and the creases and things like that, you can start to paint in where the blood will be closer to the skin. So I like to choose overlay for my brush mode, and then maybe just let's say 70%, and then or maybe a bit low, maybe 30%. So it's subtle, but you can paint in these little red, maybe in like the creases on the cheeks, on the chin area. All the lips will be red, so you could just go over the lips really quickly. So it's subtle, but that's how you sort of get a little bit of extra realism in your painting. And another thing when painting faces, I've found, which is really cool, you go to like maybe a grey, almost greenish, like you could get a slight tinge of green. Maybe use colour instead of overlay for this one, for your brush mode. And you basically want to paint where his facial hair is, so the moustache, around where the bell mutton chops are, or beard, whatever you call it. And I guess another slight variation in colour, but all these little extra things are going to add to the depth in the end. So as an older man, you're going to get a little bit more grey around all your stubble and your beard and everything like that. So it's just not a huge saturation of the face, which is cool. So yeah, there's all these little extra bits in the beard and stuff like that, which you can always just, go back to your normal brush and just paint over, because it's got these little weird yellow bits in there from when I coloured before. You just paint back over them and it's fine. But other than that, that's pretty much how you go from a grayscale to a coloured portrait. So If you found the video helpful, it'd be awesome if you could chuck us a like or a comment, and definitely subscribe so you can check out my new stuff when I make it. I'm trying to get my YouTube a little bit more pumping. My Instagram's pretty good at the moment, but yeah, I just want to get more subscribers on the YouTube. Help you guys out. Hope you learn some more stuff, and yeah, thanks a lot for watching.